Wow. Kind of a sad fucking night.
Oh, kind of a sad fucking week. It's spread them cheeks. It's the beginning of the week.
Beginning of a kind of a fucked up week.
Yeah, this is the Nothing Sacred Show, beginning of the week edition.
AIDS attrition.
I'm Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
It is, the 12th of March?
Yeah, 12th of March?
Yeah, November, March.
Damn, and you say I drink too much.
What? I haven't drank in 7 hours. No, not
no. Hey, that's pretty good. No,
anyways, yeah, it's the 12th of November, 2018. It's been a crazy, it's so bittersweet, dude, like,
Once again, dude, change being the only fucking constant.
Yeah, dude,
one more thing of change and loss and shit.
Yeah, well, if people don't know what we're talking about, then one of the Malibu fires are fucking crazy. First of all, they've been just absolutely destroying everything in sight, and they actually destroyed one of the most important places to me personally in my life ever. Like one of the most, very, very important to me.
It was important to me too, man. I mean, that's
I calculated it. I went there on 12/13. This is Camp Bloomfield in Malibu, California. Was destroyed. It was run by the Foundation for the Junior Blind for a long time, or Junior Blind of America, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And now it was run by a group called the Wayfarers, and I want to get into a little bit of that too, just about the way. That's a weird feeling, but anyways, it was pretty much completely destroyed in this fires. It just destroyed almost just everything, wiped out the dining hall's rubble, man. It's
crazy.
Nothing. The only thing I noticed is there's a pillar on the dining hall, like a round pillar.
Uh-huh.
And I saw it just standing there. It was still up. There's this pillar on the
just the one single pillar, huh?
Well, besides everything, it collapsed on itself. Basically, it just got destroyed. All the cabins are completely gutted. Like you can look down into the cabins and see the floor plan. Like you can see into the bathrooms.
Wow!
You can see how the floor, the floor plan went. It was like this.
Well, yeah, and I'm thinking all those bunk beds burning and those wooden, cabinets they had by each bed.
So it's gone, man. It's gone, and it's a very. I calculated. I went there for 13 years. 85 was my first year, and it was 1985 was my first year. Yours was 84, right?
84, yeah. So I went there for about 19.
Yeah.
Shit.
Not 19. You didn't go there 19 years.
Well, let's see. Oh no, you're right. Right, 9 years. 9 years.
9 years, not 19.
9 years. Okay.
Yeah. So talking about me drinking, yeah, man. We're both fucked up. Okay. Anyway, that's what happens getting old. And 1909 in March, 1919.
We worked there at different times.
Yes.
But you worked there for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. So I went there from 85 to 94 as a camper. You went there from 84 to 93 as a camper, right?
Yep.
You didn't miss a year, I don't think either.
No, I never did.
That place
never
was
missed
dope,
a year.
man. It was.
Although I know the 1 year. Remember when they had the fire outside the camp and they had to evacuate
85.
us?
It was early. We were there for for a week and a half, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it was about a week, and then they made us evacuate.
Yeah,
and they
we were
said
going to stay
go
there
home
for 2 weeks or some shit like that, or longer, or something like that.
It was supposed to be a 2-week session.
Yeah,
but I think we only got a week.
Real fucking camp, and I'll get in that later. So 13. Now think about this. Because every year it averaged about 2 weeks. Even the last year was like 16 days, right? It was a long-ass time we were there. But anyway, so I was there for 3 months, for 3 years, 3 months out of the year. Summer, basically. 2.5 months. So let's say 2.5 months. So that's about 7.5 months. And then for the 2 weeks that I went there, for the 10 years that I went there, that's about 20 weeks. So basically a year of my life was literally spent in this place.
Yeah.
So it's very important. And I learned a lot of just about, It's hard to explain when you're not part of a minority group or anything.
Yeah,
but,
you don't have you guys have sight privilege.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, but there is just something to say about going to a place where you know that you are, because quite honestly, we were the cool kids there.
Oh fuck yeah!
We were out, and in other places we weren't the quote unquote cool kids. We were the.
Well, and that's another thing, dude. Okay, because I've noticed like a few friends of mine that have posted about this on Facebook. A lot of them said kind of the same thing. This was the only place I could go and be accepted and not judged for my disability, which is interesting because as a kid, man, I really didn't have too many issues with people, judging me for my disability. It wasn't until I got older, I became an adult.
See, for me, it was just different because of the way that high school and junior high worked.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the kids I think went there, either went to I don't know. It just, for me, it was like you went there and it was everyone, like all the counselors, like you could tell they realized what, by the time we got there, at least, that because they had gone through all the kids camp, the elementary school
mentally handicapped sessions.
So they realized by the time we got there, maybe that was part of it, that we were fucking legit. Like, oh, this is gonna be great, man. These high school kids are gonna be cool. So most of the time they're like, all right, hey, let's go. They were like, yo, stop, dude. Like there were a couple of them, but usually by that time the smart ones learned, hey, these people are fucking. We know what's worth. We've had to wipe assholes, okay? Right. So we know that these kids are fine. They just have bad vision. So it's kind of like a contrast. But the whole place was just a match. I mean, I had that was my first real job as a counselor.
Yeah.
That was my first. I had my first kiss there. I had my first a lot of things there, and so it just grew up a lot there at that place. And also, I want to play something. Now we're gonna get a little sentimental here, but I want to play something. Okay. You probably saw this on Facebook. But I want to play it anyways because this is the fundamentals of how you and I think of as visually impaired and blind people. Basically, right. As it being part of our lives. Like, this is why Camp Bloomfield is amazing, because it shows us that this is how we are think about this. This is why a lot of blind people don't think like this. But this is one of the reasons why Camp Bloomfield helped us think about this, because it was like, you tie your own fucking shoes.
Right. They pushed independence.
Yeah. And here we go. This is Norm Kaplan.
Foundation with its founder and executive director, Norman Kaplan.
I want to talk about attitudes of blindness. I just attended a symposium in New York about people's attitude toward blindness and their understanding of blindness. Admittedly, 1 or 2 strikes, blindness or partial sightedness, is 1 or 2 strikes against you, but 1 or 2 strikes doesn't put you out of anybody's ballgame. But mostly, the most important thing to remember is that blindness does not have to be a handicap, possibly only a nuisance, at most a limitation. And all of us have limitations of one sort or another. Whether you're going to let blindness be a handicap or not is really and truly up to you. Whether you're going to succeed in life or fail in life is up to you. You can let your problem or limitation of blindness be a handicap. You can sit on your bottoms, or you can get up off your bottoms and make something of yourselves. You can utilize the education that you get at school. You can utilize the opportunities that we at the Foundation for the Junior Blind present to you, and you can really do just about anything and everything that sighted people could do. But you have to do it.
All right, so that was that.
I have not seen that.
That's straight. That's oh shit! Hold on. Oh well, that was straight knowledge right there. That's straight fucking straight up, just what we say all the time, dude.
And that's the shit that indoctrinated us.
And that was before. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the stuff that made us realize, hey, we're just fucking people. Like, that's where I got my whole idea. And I hadn't heard this before either, but. Basically, the idea is it's just a limitation, and we all have limitations. So this is just one of our limitations, and we all have limitations. But
I like what he
contrast.
Says. You want to let your visual impairment handicap you? It's up to you.
Yes, exactly. Get off your bottoms and do your shit. Take care of your business. Handle your shit. Then people will see you and notice what you are, and you'll be an example for other people as well. So that's gave you goosebumps, man. Like
well, dude, I'm just thinking too, because I haven't heard that guy's voice in 30-something years. You know what I'm saying?
And you went there your first year, and he made an impact on you in even 1 year. And I guess he's a legend basically for Camp Bloomfield.
He was his last year was my first year.
Yeah, and he was a legend. Like, he was a legend in terms of what, because after he left, it's like, oh, Norm was like, oh, because Mark was amazing, dude. Don't get me wrong.
Mark was great too.
Mark was our camp director.
Yeah.
Mark was he was there for like 6-7 years.
Yeah, about that, from like 86 to 92.
Yeah, Mark was our director, man. He was like the one where he was our cool guy. So after that, I was like, oh, Mark, where's Mark here? Well,
but then you had Noel. You worked under Noel. Yeah, so and you liked Noel.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, so and but Norm had like this legendary status at camp, because obviously he used to do certain things, like he had his little cart he used to drive around and shit, the
siren that he did at the campfires.
So he was just he was one of a kind. But the message there is so basic to the way I think about my visual impairment. I am visually impaired, yes. Is it a weakness? Absolutely. Is it one of my weaknesses? But there are far other weaknesses that I have. But there's far more strengths that I have as well that other people do not have. So it's the same. It's a balancing act.
Balances out, exactly.
Just be who you are, and so that place, yeah, it kind of fucked with me, man. I was pretty fucked up on Sunday, dude. I just I couldn't get over it, man. I'm still kind of just like, whoa, you know.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, you're in shock. Well, even when, a friend of ours called me, our friend Havander.
Yeah.
And, he told me this shit, and I was like, no, I was almost in denial. Like, well, it could have been the whole camp, right, man? And he's like, no, dude, the whole fucking camp, man. And I'm like,
it's gone. And then, and I think you were already kind of getting to the glazed state at that point, anyways, right?
Well, yeah, I was, because he called me and I was out at the bar. So,
yeah, so you probably maybe woke up the next morning and go, whoa, it's like maybe it hit you more the next day or something, or.
Kind of, but it was still kind of fucking with me that night. I mean, I was hanging out with friends and doing that stuff, but, it was still like, matter of fact, Steve went to Camp Bloomfield when he was a kid.
Did he?
Yeah.
Steve
Zavatsky?
No.
Yeah, my friend.
Steve.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
dude.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he knew Norm too, man. He knew all those guys.
Wow.
So
he went there and you Happy Hollow and fucking God, it's all.
I mean, there was shit that wasn't even there. Like, I mentioned the rickety bridge on the playground.
Yeah.
And he didn't remember that one. He was like, no, I don't remember a bridge like that. And I was like, shit, maybe
How
they didn't.
many years did he go? That's interesting.
Oh God, we're talking. This was the 50s or 60s, dude.
Oh wow.
His old ass.
Wow.
So, he goes way back.
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome, man. See, that's the thing. We got generations, 50s, 60s, 70s, and it's impacted us in ways that I don't think it's doing the same thing to the new generation. This is kind of a fucked up thought here, man. I'm going to bring this up, dude. Camp is gone. I don't know if they're going to rebuild it. If they do, even if we went back, it wouldn't be the same, obviously. It's
No, they're going to redo it.
Well, yeah, they'll
completely.
do it completely different. The smell of the dining hall, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Just
the food
bread,
right there.
That bread smell or whatever the hell it is. That when you go in there on an off time, there's like a bread like
there is a food smell. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it is.
It's food. That's all it does. That's all it. And then of course the little air, the little blowing fucking
The fan when you walk in, it blows on you. Yeah.
That's not going to be there. Just it's just not going to be the same even if we went back.
No.
But
No.
I'm kind of in a way like, okay. It's almost fitting in a way because I think the camp's been misused over the last couple of years because it's a sign of our times, man. That like here's I went on the website the other day, like trying to see if there's more information about the fire and stuff like that on this Wayfarers. That's what the new place that took over Camp.
I was going to say because I've never heard that name.
Called Wayfarers or something like that. Well, and they had the schedule up for next year or the schedule up for this year. One of the schedules. All right, how long do you think elementary camp is?
When I was going there, it was only a week, even 5 days.
5 days. So when I went there, it was a week, 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks. It was almost as long as, or just almost as long as high school camp. Maybe about a week and a half, right?
Right.
I'd say week and a half or so. 4 days.
Yeah, we were there too. It was about a 2 week thing.
So
for us.
so now when you went there as a counselor, how long was high school camp?
High school camp was only shit, dude. I want to say it was just a week.
Yeah,
something like
well,
that.
4 days.
Something. Well, it was what? High school camp's 4 days.
4 days.
No shit.
4 fucking days. These little bitches can't hang out there. Mommy, it's 5 days.
Wow.
And I
dude.
understand that because I was homesick like fucking crazy the first
I remember
year.
thinking, I'm gonna be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I was homesick, but I learned and I got over it. And it got, how long it took me to get over it? About 7 days. So those 4 days would have not had me over it. 4 days now, 4 fucking nights for high school. Okay, when we went to Bloomfield, man, it was a goddamn adventure. You go there it was a saga. It was 16 days usually of just straight. You knew like friendships were gonna grow, shit was gonna change, things were gonna happen over those 2 weeks. It was like
a
meet a
process.
girl maybe, and then or meet several girls. Because there was those dudes that jumped girlfriends, like 3 girlfriends.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm dating this one. Now I'm dating that one. Yeah.
And there were 3, and then there would be friendships formed, and then broken, and formed again, and just all sorts of shit can happen over 16 fucking days that helps you learn in that environment to socialize and do 4 fucking days.
Yeah, you don't get anything in 4 days, man. That's like
It's not. It's like
well, and you know what it is? It's part of the coddling because
That's what I'm
I told
saying.
you I went there in
Yes.
'99 when I worked there.
it's the coddling. Yes.
And yep, and it was it was a lot different. I mean, the attitude towards blindness was different. I told you, man, I had some issues with people treating me differently,
Yeah.
and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, this is a camp for the blind. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
exactly.
You know?
And we all know about it. But even now, think about how different it would be now too. Like going to camp, like cell phones. Like what are they going to do? Take your cell phone away? So how would you even engage? Could you even imagine as a kid like having your smartphone at camp? Like just even the thought of but could you imagine a kid not having their smartphone at camp now?
It wouldn't happen.
18, 17-year-olds at camp. That's why it's 4 days, because these fucking people can't. It's a dying thing, man. The way we went to camp, the way we experienced it, the whole idea of us being away from our family and our mothers and fathers. And yes, we had supervision and stuff, but we were still in this completely different environment. Not for like 4 fucking days. For fucking
I'll tell you what it did,
weeks.
man. It definitely prepared me for college, because when I went to college, there were all these people there that were from other states and other shit, and they were fucking homesick in college, you know, at 18 or 19 years old. And these people are crying and sad, missing home and all this. And I'm like, and that ain't shit.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I did that when I was like 8.
We learned that young, but now with 4 days, no, you have you need time to get used to it. So like when we had that fire, I was just getting really into camp. I was really enjoying it, and I was like, I didn't want to leave at that point. My mom got mad at me actually after I got home, because I'm like, I miss camp. She's like, you spent a week and had to calling me because my mom was called by the whatever his name was, Bernstein, whatever the fuck.
Oh, Joe Bernstein, yeah.
Shitty ass fucking intern, whatever, camp director.
Yeah, he didn't last.
No, he had, I guess he fumbled the whole evacuation, but. Which is crazy, because that's the first year I went was when the fire, and now it's gone, man. But anyway, it's not the same, man. So the camp is not even being it doesn't the same. If we talk to campers, it wouldn't be the same thing. Like, oh yeah, we had 4 days.
They don't have the same experience.
No,
we did.
It's not even remotely the same. 4 days. We went there 4 times as long as they did. We had canteen every day. We had different things going on. We had multiple things going on at night. What do they have? One dance. Dude, we had New Year's fucking dance. Or they can have they'll have their one New Year's dance. Oh yeah, that's the 3rd night of the 4 nights. That was like the 14th night after fucking relationship. Like that New Year's, like that was when you were taking your girl or whatever the hell you were doing, or you had your little alliance, your little groups were set. Everything was fucking there, man. Yeah. Like during that time, it was like wow. It was like it evolved over the course of those 2 weeks. So
4 years. So 4 days is the new high school session.
4 fucking days. So I don't even know if maybe they shouldn't even have that shit anymore. It sounds awful, but. This might be the camp god saying, find out
bring it back or something.
What you want. Why don't you go to the YMCA for a weekend? Or this is not this is a camp. This is a place where you stay for a while, and the counselor get to know you, and you actually make lifelong fucking friends. I don't know how you're gonna make the same lifelong friends when you don't spend 2 weeks in a cabin with them like that.
Yeah, and you're right. You don't get that same. Wow,
you
man!
Can't. You know that
this shit together, and
because there's been things we've gone on for 3 or 4 days, like little trips and stuff like that, and it's not the same. Camp was a whole thing. You knew you got there that first day, you're like, whoa, 2 weeks of just fucking camp.
Yeah, you knew like, this is gonna be
it's gonna be fucking camp. It's gonna be 7 o'clock. There's gonna be some kind of drama. There's gonna be some James got fired, man. We're gonna walk out. There's gonna be some bullshit. There's gonna be some bullshit going on. There's gonna be some kind of relationship shit with some of your friends. You're gonna meet some new people. You're gonna be able to pick on the people that you usually picked on. You're gonna be able to fuck around with people. You're gonna see all the same people. That you see every year. The only time every year. And for 2 weeks, not for 4 fucking days. Just this pathetic. It makes me mad.
Yeah, that's well, you know what? And it's like we always talk about, man. Political correctness. Mm-hmm. They're blind. They need to be coddled. They can't handle being away from home.
It's not even about being blind. They're probably if we have them there for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, what if a counselor gets attached and tries to touch them? It's like
that shit too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's just our world our kids are just. It's just a different world, man. It's just not. And like I said, without the cell phones, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to have people engage when they're sitting on their phones the whole time? And you can call you can text all your friends from outside of that place. It changes the whole dynamic of it, because we couldn't do any of that. We could sit on the phone at break at social hour and
I didn't even
wait
think about
for the
phone calls.
If you wanted to, if you needed to call someone, you could, but you didn't care. You wanted to be you were there. It was camp.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a dinner
I mean,
bell
some
at
of us
6 p.m.
brought tape recorders. I mean, some people did bring tape recorders and
tape
radios.
recorders,
And
well, it's
shit.
different. You're sitting in bed at night listening. You wouldn't listen to the or a rest hour, but you wouldn't have your phone with you while you're sitting at the fucking arts and crafts texting Billy Bob doot, 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 while they're fucking making tie-dye.
That's a good question. I wonder what they do, what their policy is.
Maybe
for
that's
cell
probably
phones.
why it's only 4 days, because fucking they can't handle like fucking.
I need my phone, man.
Yep.
My fucking Facebook friends are going to be,
Yep.
sending me notifications.
It's pretty
and shit.
crazy, man. It's pretty crazy because I just thought about that. Like, is it even feasible? That's probably why. That's a sign of the times. They can't have the 2 weeks. And parents, oh, my kids will be away for 2 weeks, so they might do. It's like, yeah, they're gonna fucking learn about life and learn how to deal with stuff and become better, stronger people for it, and have to actually socialize with other people in meaningful ways and realize that. That meet different people from across the country that you'll never fucking forget, and who are your best friends now.
Exactly, and that's
Snapping Turtle.
Yeah, Snapping Turtle.
She was
Sluggo.
Yeah, Sluggo,
fucking,
Sluggonometron, fucking D.
D. Oh yeah, Lottie and
fucking yeah, D and
Derek.
Yeah.
Or hey, wait, can't forget fucking I just had him and I lost him.
Oh, and of course, you wouldn't have had your heart destroyed.
I was going to say my first love. Hey, but that worked.
But that's part of life. That's part of life, and it's part of how it all went down. And me, of course, that changed my life in terms of becoming a counselor there, and for 3 years, and moving to San Diego, and everything that happened
that's
with
right.
that.
You uprooted, didn't you? Yep.
Everything that happened with all my life, it changed me as a person. So it's just kind of. It's really fucked up, but it's also in a way like I said, the way it is now. Like if we would go back there, even now, I heard there's some different changes there. Like there's different. I
think there's still some people because there's somebody on my Facebook that still goes to the adult session.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I don't know how fun that would be.
God, I wouldn't. I could. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. I've done counselors. You were done the counselor for the adult.
I did that. Well, what was kind of cool? I got to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while. Like, old school people that used to come to the teen sessions way back when.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine going to an adult. And so that's kind of like the adult field trip. Like it's camp is a place for children,
for kids. Yeah, no, I agree.
And at a certain point, you have to drop it. Like I have dreams about it still all the fucking time though.
Oh yeah. I still have memories of it.
I have dreams about being in camp, like as a 40-year-old. Like, why the fuck am I here? But I'm like, oh, and then like camp's over. I'm like, oh, I have to leave, and you get that big panicky lump in your throat.
Yeah, where you're like, oh man, it's been fun.
So, anyways, tribute to Camp Bloomfield. I want to do something at the end here. You'll catch on at the end of our show.
Okay.
But anyway, so it's just crazy, like how change has happened this year. Like this is your thing for change, obviously.
It's been a year for loss and change and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, loss, and that's definitely a loss. I feel like I lost a good friend of mine, like or a family member, like an uncle, like a cherished grandparent or something. Like because I always felt safe there. I always felt like it was just it's probably the most important place in my life besides the street I grew up on, Fenway. But
I used to walk around there without a cane.
Yeah.
So I was totally like, hey, fuck it. You
knew
confident.
You knew because you knew there was a magic about the place. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a magic person, Mom. But there was, in terms of just the feeling of how I felt and how connected I felt there. There's never going to be a place like that in my life ever again.
No,
there's nothing like it. And
actually, we should real quick. Each of us come up with a memory that was really cool from camp. Something that was funny or something that was whatever, man. Whatever how it impacted.
There's dozens.
Well, yeah, I know. There's millions of them.
Millions of them.
A big one for me. Well, this was actually funny. Was when Renaissy went for the first year. And we kind of hipped them to the whole thing about the New Year's dances and that they like to pull the fire alarms and try to get us down, to the slab and everything. So when the fire alarm was pulled, they try to make it like somebody had pulled it. So Renaissy goes, I did it. I'll admit it. I pulled it. And, dude, I don't know if they didn't let the counselors in on the shit or what. But, our counselor was pissed. He was like, you go to the office right now. And so Renaissy goes in there, and Mark pulls out, he goes, I need you to go in there. And he pulls out his file. He's like, do you have a file for, and so he comes in, he sits down, and he says, so you haven't been here before? He's like, no. And he's like, well, you know what's going on, don't you? So, yeah, it was one of his ruses for the dance, but obviously Renaissy was already hip to what was going on, and he was fucking with it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so that probably was that. I wonder if Mark, of course, Mark was probably laughing about it.
Oh yeah, it was a big joke. He was like, "You know what's going on, don't you?" You know? So
that's hilarious. And your counselor was tripping, dude.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I wonder, do they not tell the counselors? You know?
Oh god, there are so many fucking memories. I got a memory that's good for our Nothing Sacred audience here. This is a non-sentimental. This is actually one of my dearest memories. So one day, I was in the adult section. This is as a counselor, not as a camper. And I woke up one morning to the ripe smell of fucking shit.
I know what this is.
And I hear fucking shit, and this, oh my god, because there was a camper in the adult session. I forget his name. He's a weird fucking dude, man. And he had like shit himself and rubbed it all over the fucking mattress and the floor and all over himself and stuff like that. So this French guy was going, holy shit, fucking, oh my fucking, oh I can't believe this shit, oh my god. So this same camp, so that's one memory. And then later on that morning, right, after he gets them down, he gets them cleaned up, they go down to breakfast a little late, and they're all sitting there, and it's at the end. And at the end of breakfast at the camp, you have to clean your own table. So they give you washcloths that go and clean your table. And this camper, we're all sitting at the table, and we're just sitting there. All of a sudden, he stands up, picks up the washcloth, drops his pants, wipes his ass with the washcloth.
Oh, shit.
Drops it back on the table, pulls up his pants, and sits down again.
Oh, fuck, dude.
And
wow.
that if you don't learn from those experiences, I had some of those experiences too. I had a time when one of my campers shit himself, and it was a cake to his butt. Looked like a brownie smush between two pillows. And I had to scoop it out with like my hand, like I had to take like a fucking wear a fucking latex glove and like grab like to scoop it out between his butt cheeks.
Oh wow!
And he's sitting there going, gang, and he used to talk. His name was Michael Jacobs, and he used to tell him to do stuff. You're like, sing Michael Jackson. He goes, beat it, you like it? And he would start singing, so he was singing along while I'm scooping out his butthole full of brownie, you know. And so yeah, but the point is, so that might not seem like a great memory, but now it's so funny. It was funny as fuck. We're all sitting at the table.
Major, dude, that's great.
Yeah, so that's one memory. But as a camper, so many memories, and I just yeah. So let's just leave it there, man. We just so many memories. You know, whatever happens to Camp Bloomfield, it will never be. If we went back, there wouldn't be the same. But hopefully they'll be. Oh shit! My phone.
What's that?
My phone. Hopefully they'll rebuild it, and
it'll. Well, I can't say it'll go back to how it used to be, but you know, whatever, man. But you know, you don't want to let that just go away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's kind of a necessary thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I think hopefully they'll fix it, but if they don't. You know, like even if they do fix it, like I said, the camp's not the same in terms of what you do there. You don't have these awesome marathon, real experiences for a couple of weeks of your life every summer. Like it actually made the summer, you know.
Well, you looked forward to it. Yeah. I mean, fuck, I remember like around Christmas one year, I was like, oh shit, man, only a couple more months, and then we got camp. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, and especially even as we got older, you know. Matter of fact, it got better as we got older, honestly.
Oh yeah.
When you were like 16, man. Yeah, just the drama and the high school stuff. But anyway, so let's move on. Anything else? What's other change and
other shit going on? Well, let's see. You know, it's funny, man, because I was out with my brother and his girlfriend and my mom and and his girlfriend's mom. This is the other night, and I guess my brother's girlfriend's mom still works as well, just like my mom. And they were kind of talking about how they're older, but yet they still work and whatever. And at one point, my mom says, yeah, I know these guys aren't crazy about the fact I still work. And I was like, whoa, Mom, don't throw me in that one. And I was like, I actually like the fact you work, you know, because it actually keeps you sharp. She's like, I agree. I don't know what I'd do without work. So then my brother, of course, because he's always been a proponent of, why don't you retire? And why don't you, you know, go travel and do, you know, just the generic ass shit. And so as we're talking, he's like, work is just, you know, you're a slave and you're this and you're that. And then we figured out, dude, and I finally got him to admit it, but he does not like his job, which is so crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. A lot of people, I guess, don't like their jobs, huh?
My job is tolerable. I mean, my job is just my job. You know, it's my job.
Right.
A lot of people don't. Most people don't like their jobs. You're actually kind of lucky because you do.
I like my job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So And,
It's so
and it
strange.
seems like maybe your parent do, the parents do as well. Like they like what they do.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
but so you finally said, you don't like, so he doesn't like, so he went all through.
Which is sad because I never thought, I always think about, people that hate their jobs. I'm always thinking it's like, like somebody who works at 7-Eleven
or who works for, a customer service place,
Right. Just kind of
I don't hate my job, but basically it's something, that's all I want my job is to be, is tolerable. It's like all I can hope for is that it's tolerable.
Yeah. Well, and that's, wow. That's crazy, man. Like, there's the one school of thought of, do you want to do what you love? But then again, you don't want to turn what you love into work, and then it's not fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to kind of balance it. Like, do something you love, but not connected directly to what you have a like passion for. If that makes any sense?
Yeah, my idea is balancing, just like, okay, a job is a job to me. Like, depending on, like, if you like your job and you're really into it, that's just a goddamn godsend bonus. But most people are, a lot of times they're just gonna do a job to get it done and take care of shit. But
Well, go ahead.
But if you can get a job that's tolerable, like right now, my job is okay. Like, it's not bad. Like, I'm like, oh, I have to work tomorrow. And I'm like, shit, I got to work tomorrow. But I'm not like, oh man. Earlier this year, it was awful. I was like, oh god, I don't know.
You dreaded going to work, huh?
Now I'm just like, well, I'll work tomorrow and I'll get off, early, and the day will just flow by because I know what I'm doing, and what I'm doing now is kind of cake, a little bit easier. It's still whatever it is, but. That's the highest I expect. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is all right. I'll deal with it. I'm making more money now, so it's like great. But when you like it, that's like, wow. Like, you actually get up and go, oh yeah, I'm gonna go work today.
Pretty much. I mean, there's some annoying shit with my job, but I mean, all in all, now you got to remember too, my brother doesn't just have a job; he has a career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, you're in a career you hate. Like, as opposed to, like you said, a job can just be a job. Like, all right, I'm doing customer service shit. But when you have a career, like I have a career.
Yeah.
So, I better love what I do. So I guess what I'm saying is like, damn, dude, you're actually stuck in a career you don't like.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can do about it, really. He's just going to keep rolling with it until he
Pretty
can
much.
get out of it.
Yep.
And that's why he's like, I want to get out of it as soon as fucking possible.
Yeah, wow. That's, it was just interesting, dude. I just never thought, but I thought my family all kind of liked what they did,
And the truth comes out. The naiveness goes away, man.
Naivety,
man. You're learning. Wow, I'm really fucking lucky that I actually can enjoy what I do.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like, see, if I worked, this is, I guess, what I was trying to say earlier. If I worked in radio, I think I'd start not liking it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that I like to do that now turns into work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, whereas opposed to doing what I do now is something that I like, but it's not something I'm like, well, I'm passionate about it, but not
really. No, that's exactly what I was going to get at too. So basically, you like it enough so where it's great, but after you get off, you're like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
But you don't like it so much that it's gonna, like, everything you do is like, I want to be the best, and it's not gonna ruin your perspective on it like it did for music a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. So very good analysis.
So
there.
basically, you like it enough, but not enough to really make it mad. While I'm kind of in the almost exactly the opposite. Is I tolerate it enough so it's not a big deal.
Right.
So,
right.
But I don't. But I'm making more. Like, I was barely like tolerating it before, but now I'm really tolerating it because I'm making more money. So,
you figure you'll take the dick a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah. It's just the dick feels a little bit less fucking intrusive in my butthole.
They're using Vaseline now.
Yeah. It's almost like I forget it a little bit. My butthole just loosens a little bit. My bowels are a little bit less fucking clenched. So,
right.
So it's my sphincter is less irritable.
Right. It doesn't bleed as badly.
Exactly, because it kind of just flows freely. The pumping motion is kind of smoother and slower because it's just a little bit easier on me as I get ran. My head hitting the bedpost doesn't go anymore. It goes boom. Boom.
It's just a thunk.
It's like a very soft touch.
It's a light susurration.
Yeah, it's like a very small. It's a very. Before it was. Now it's a.
It's like a pump.
It's almost puts you to sleep almost.
Yeah, you can make it ASMR,
but not quite. It's still annoying.
So
yeah, so
anyway, so I got two quick drunken rum runner stories for you.
oh god, tales from the Rum
Rum
Runner. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, so the first one was I go in there on Friday, and there's this guy. I sit down, and this dude's fucking drunk. I can't understand a word he's saying, dude. He's so fucked up, and he's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, dude, I can't understand you. You're way too drunk, man. But then he still wants to continue talking to me. And I guess at one point, he's apologizing to the bartender because I guess he pissed her off earlier that night or something. And she was being very cool. She was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It happens. Things happen. But then the guy kept, talking to me, and he like wanted it. He was like, "You know what I think about humans? Let me tell you. Let me shake your hand, man." It's like, fuck, dude. What is all the grabbing and
the shake your hand shit? Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Let me shake your yeah.
Well, thank God, Pineapple and Train saw what was going on because they saw me getting annoyed with the guy. I'm like, look, dude, I don't want to talk to you. So finally, they came up. Actually, both of them came over to me and they're like, "Hey, these guys want to sit with you on the other end of the bar. So here, let me help you get down there." I was like, "Okay, great, thanks." So they walked me down there. I was like, "Thank you, guys." I was like, "I'm going to give you a kick-ass tip," and they're like, "Oh yeah, no problem. We noticed it wasn't, that there was some shit." So that was that. And that was the one thing. I forgot to say this. So when I told him I didn't want to talk to him, he made a comment. And he goes, "That's the problem with you white people." And I'm like, "What?" Because to me he sounded white.
Maybe he wasn't though. Maybe he.
Well,
wasn't
I asked
white.
later. I asked Train. I said, "Was he a white guy or a black guy?" She goes, "Oh, he's a black guy." I was like, "Oh, wow." But either so, like he went there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course he did, man, because he was drunk and had no inhibitions, and that's how he really thinks. He sees the world that way, man.
Yep, he's a racist fuck, is what he is.
Yeah, that's how he sees the world. No, he's not. He's black. He can't be racist.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Structure,
only white people can be racist, right?
So you got a drunken black dude calling you a racist, and then of course because
calling me making white comments
because you well, that's probably what he meant, because you weren't wanted to talk to him because he probably thought not because he's drunk off his ass.
Right. It had nothing to do with that, of course. It's just that I'm just a blatant ass racist, right?
Exactly.
So that was the first one. The second one was Saturday. I was going to go to the 7-Eleven to go get some chew, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I walk across the parking lot to the 7-Eleven. I go get my chew. I'm coming back, and I get on the sidewalk in front of the bar, and I kick something. And I'm like, is that a person? So I kick again, right? And not hard, but just enough to be like, is that what I think it is? And then the guy raises his head up and goes, "Hey, watch out, man." And I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's laying on the sidewalk in front of a bar. Like, dude, at least go find the alley or something.
What did you tell you guys? What did you say?
I just apologized. I said, "I'm sorry, man. I didn't know because also too, if it was a person, I want to make sure he was alive."
Yeah, and also you want to make sure he doesn't kick your ass or do something crazy, like So
that's why I apologize.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'll apologize. I'll save face and just get the fuck back in the bar.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to get out of here and end this interaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of funny, dude. The homeless guy sleeping on the sidewalk, and I'm kicking him.
The same dude, man.
I wonder if it was. No, I don't think it was.
No,
that guy. That was a different guy.
Different guy. The guy actually was still good enough to sit in the fucking bar, right?
Yeah, at least he could be in the bar. This dude was outside the bar.
Pretty soon that's going to be you, man, going there fucking every single night, dude. The Rum Runner, man.
Hi. Yeah, see, okay, now if I retire, that's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, you probably every single night you'd probably be in there. You'd be a drunk,
what I want to do that? Do I want to, like...
The only thing keeping you from being at the Rum Runner every night is work.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's good, though, man. Some shit's got to... Like people used to say, it keeps me out of the bars. Well... Yeah.
It's turning into you. You never thought 5 years ago you would have never thought that, man. You'd be like, "What? Me in a bar every night, every weekend, every night?" No.
Nah. Well, I liked drinking back then, but I still was never a big, back then with the bar. But I think part of it is having the transportation and the ability to get there.
Yeah. Well,
like if I had that back then, I probably would do it a little more.
And you actually talk. You have friends there pretty much every night, right?
Yeah, people I know and that I talk to.
It's like you're sitting there all alone most of the time, just drinking. You're usually talking to people, right?
Yeah, no. Most of the time, I am talking to people.
Yeah,
or in groups of people or whatever.
Yeah, you're not.
And then the cool thing is too, I never know who I'm going to see. I might see somebody that I haven't seen in a couple months, or
like how you skydiving yet? Is that
no, dude, I fuck with him now. I'm like, "Hey, man, this is Josh. We're gonna go skydiving in like 30 years. It's gonna be the shit." And he was like, fuck you. You know, he just fucks with me.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Give me a beer. And then he just drinks a beer.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Rum Runner life, man. The excitement of seeing drunks. That's the 2 drunken people at the Rum Runner, man. What a thought.
Yeah, drunks at the bar.
Who'd have thought that there would be that there?
Never. Yeah, you don't think you'd run into that kind of, clientele. So, anyway, all right. Well, this leads up to the Fun Glun.
We have a Fun Glun. We do have a Fun Glun tonight. Now, I guess I'm not going to hear the artist before the artist is played, right?
Well, no, you're gonna play him first. Then I'll tell you who it is.
Okay.
Because you know of this person, and I've talked about this person. So, and yeah, they told me they have music on YouTube. So I said, well, fuck, man, let's play it on the Fun Glun.
All right. So you don't know what it is, but we're gonna hear it now. So this,
I've only heard a few seconds when I was downloading.
Looks like it's called Someone Sometimes I Get
Ahead of Me.
Sometimes
By Individuator.
By Individuator. Okay, and this is someone I know.
Or know of. You don't know him, but you know
of. In a positive or negative light, I guess we'll find out. But here we go.
Find out.
Individuator. Somebody, something or other.
Sometimes I get ahead of me.
Sometimes I get ahead of me. Okay, hold on a second. Let me pause it here.
All right.
I gotta. All right. So we're gonna listen to this as much as we can stand. All right. So here we go.
Check it out. Kind of low.
And neither of us have heard it. Okay, let me see if I can. It's as loud as I can get it, man.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
There's not much to it yet.
Nope.
It's taking its fucking time.
It's like a 6-minute song, man.
Ooh. We'll see how long this goes. Oh. I wonder if there are lyrics at all.
I think there might be. I don't know.
Doesn't sound like a rap, so we'll have to see.
It's kind of trip hoppy, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see if.
A millennium passes, and the stories remain the same. Let the implications tell the tales.
I'm on the fence here, man.
That's not bad.
Right.
It's nothing like, oh god, this is awful, but
it's a little weird, but it's not nothing that I'm like, oh, this is garbage or something, you know?
Firmament of nature's reward. Firmament of nature's reward. I'm gonna pop fast forward a bit just to see if there's anything.
Just see anything else that happened.
It's not bad.
You know what? It kind of puts me in mind of there's a guy that Kraken was showing me, Wisp X, who does kind of instrumentally hip hop type shit. You know, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and clear this out. Stop this one here.
All right.
Verdict is not a fun glun, not a foo or a glun. Fun
it's kind of on the fence. It's a what do we call it?
I don't know.
A fence glun or?
I done.
I don't know.
Idcun.
You know who that is?
Who?
That is the guy that threatened to punch me in the face.
Really?
Yeah, because I told you we're cool now. We're civil.
Yeah, I got you.
So one day we're sitting. I guess he was sitting next to Chino. So we're all talking, and Chino starts talking me up, and it's like, "Yeah, man, Max knows all kinds of hip hop, man. He's into all this shit. And so then he starts talking about how he does hip hop type shit. And I'm like, really? And he was spitting some stuff that kind of put me in mind of, like maybe Tribe Called Quest or one of those.
And that's kind of like the fruit of the blossom. And it's not bad. It's definitely not. It's not something I would listen to, but it's definitely not something I could say is awful. It's something I would maybe listen to like on the. It almost sounds like something you listen to on a train or something like that. Or,
right, like on a ride or something.
Or
like,
a ride,
okay.
just kind of like you're just listening to, like maybe talking and listening to like some space and not staring out the window, watching trees go by, or feeling the road under your fucking body, vibrating the fucking your testicles as you're cruising down
as
the street.
you're rolling along and
something like that. So yeah, but
so,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the dude, and he was telling me, he says, I go, well, what do you go by? He says, Individuator. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, you can hear my stuff on YouTube. So I was like, hey, what a better opportunity than to get it in on a Fun Glun.
Yeah, why not? So it's Fun Glun, and I'm not going to say it's awful. The Individuator is not terrible. I think, like I said, I think it has an audience, and I don't think it's bad. So it's like, kind of like in the middle. It's right in the middle.
Yep, that's how I feel about it too. I don't feel like, oh, this is dope, but I'm like, hey man, I can respect it for what it is. So there we go, man. That's
pretty much it. Pretty much mostly a Bloomfield's thing, which is good because it deserves that kind of tribute.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, so that's not bad.
Pretty much the story there.
Pretty much the story there, huh? We're pretty much don't have much. Yeah, I guess.
Just the usual.
Let me go
shit,
here.
man.
Let me go back over here, and we'll get this back up here, and we'll get started. I guess we're gonna end it up here.
We're gonna roll out.
We're gonna roll out. Yeah. So, anyways,
that's kind of stuck in your head, huh? That tune.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has a little bit of a doom. It's got a nice little groove to it, so it's not bad. But yeah,
I was like, oh man, I don't know how to classify this.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Why isn't it starting? Start. You
don't know, my
fucking stupid thing.
Ah, there we go.
Yes.
Oh,
anyways,
shit,
this
man.
is the 12th of November, 2018. This has been a great show. I am Cruise Control.
I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there, bitches! Day is done.
Gone the
sun. From the lakes, from the hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest. God is right, and good night.